Next stop, Shingle Springs. All aboard! Hi, John Weeks here. This is On the Scales, weighing in with model railroaders, and we're in Shingle Springs today at Ron's house. He has a separate building, not only a garage, but also a railroad room. It's based on Santa Fe, Western Pacific, Union Pacific, Great Northern, Northern Pacific, and maybe some other surprises. So we're going to go inside. This is HO Trains, and it's going to be another fun day working on the railroad. Follow me. Here we are. This is it. This is the railroad. And as you can see, as I walk in here, there's plenty of room to move around, and there's plenty of track, there's plenty of scenery, there's lots of trains. It's a big room, and Ron's over there making sure everything works right.
Moving some things around.
He's been kind enough to allow us to come in here and film this and share it with the rest of you. So I'm going to done talking, and we're going to start setting up so we can run some trains, and you can see what it's like, not only from the cab of an engine on the railroad like we always do, but maybe we'll do something else. We never know what's going to come when we do this. So sit back, enjoy, read your track orders and make sure everything's in proper position, and let's begin. And we're here with Ron. Ron owns all of what you're going to see or have already seen here. And I'm going to ask him questions, and hopefully he'll give me some good short answers. So, Ron, how long has it taken you to build this layout?
About four years.
4 years.
Yeah.
And did you do all the work yourself, or did you have some help?
I had Dan and Armando Vargas help me.
Okay. Dan and
they're
Vargas.
professional model builders, etc. And they did all the work that I had no interest in doing.
Okay. That's
like crawling under the table and on top of it,
yeah,
and,
I've seen
and some of the tricky wiring to get everything to work the way you'd like to have it work.
I've seen other examples of their work, and they do a mighty fine job in what they're doing. And, with over 30 years experience, it's not surprising. So, is there a name for this railroad?
Well, it had no name up until about a week ago, and then I was laying in bed, and I said, we'll have to come up with something. So I came up with the East Treadwell and Pine City Railroad.
East Treadwell and Pine City
Railway.
Gentlemen. Railway.
Yeah.
So, tell me the name of the railroad again.
East Treadwell and Pine City Railway.
Remember, railway, not railroad. Some people, especially the real companies, they get real uppity if you say railroad and they're a railway, or the other way around. Anyway, okay, so we got 4 trains running. You may or may not see them go by as we're talking. We also have a camera on one train, and you'll be seeing footage like the engineer would see on the train when he's running the track. We like to do that in a lot of our videos. It not only is fun to watch, but it showcases the interior of the layout a lot better also. So what railroads do you have represented here? I see a number of different names.
West Coast railroads primarily, Southern Pacific, Union Pacific, Western Pacific, Great Northern, and Northern Pacific.
Okay, yeah, pretty big railroads out here. Is the railroad itself modeled after any particular region or area, or railroad?
No, it's the railroad, the design. Well, when I moved to this house, one of the stipulations was that I could build a train room and a garage. And so with that, going down the planning commission and getting that squared away, we were able to build the room, and everything was sort of limited by the size of what the room was. And over the years, I built a number of structures, collected railroad cars' engines, and the railroad was basically designed to showcase all that.
Okay.
So it's kind of an anachronism with emphasis in the steam diesel transition.
Okay.
For me, that's what the most exciting part of railroading. And so, but it is an anachronism. I mean, there's things here that are modern day, container
I just
stuff.
noticed you got a Canadian Pacific locomotive right there.
Oh, sorry, missed that one.
No, that's okay. Real life is always full of surprises, folks, and so are model railroads. And we've had that issue today too, because just when you think everything's going smoothly, something happens. And it did. So we're not going to show you that stuff. We cut all that out because, we wanted everything to look perfect.
Well, I'm more of a builder than someone who sits around and runs trains and stuff. And so it took us, I would say, about an hour to get things going the way they are now. And now we've got things.
Speaking of being a builder, because you say that, then I have to ask, so all of the buildings and structures that we see, you put together?
Other than what you can purchase, the woodland scenic structures.
Okay.
I collected all the ones that were in HO scale, and we found a place for those.
Okay.
But the coaling tower and all the other, at least 50% or better, I built through kits, primarily Walters, Cornerstone.
Oh, and the lighting, I see a lot of street lights, and there's some
Also woodland scenics.
animated sign work, and
Right.
so do you do operating sessions with the layout?
No, I mainly build stuff.
Or you just build stuff and
then
run trains for your own?
Get it to run around, and when friends come over, who haven't seen it for a while, get the trains to run around. But as far as any operating sessions and big groups of people running the trains, no.
Do you ever operate with the lights dimmed to simulate nighttime operations?
When I'm trying to conserve power, no. No, I haven't, but we are going to add the thunder and lightning effect.
Oh, cool.
And so when that becomes available, and you've seen this big box down here. My neighbor gave me his subwoofer to be part of the thing. It's not all hooked up yet, but it's a work in progress.
What's the company that does Rolling Thunder?
Broadway Limited.
Broadway Limited.
Yeah, I have the Rolling Thunder thing. I haven't hooked it up, but then there are other thing also. The Thunder and Lightning will use the subwoofer as well.
Yeah. So Rolling Thunder, folks, is the sound effects. It's like having the big woofer behind your TV, and it makes the train sound really, really big, loud. What else can we talk about? I don't know.
You want to know the names of all my little towns here?
Well, before that, I don't know where we're going to have time to do it, but on the walls, all of our 3 walls, there are railroad sign plaques for the different railroads. A lot of them don't exist anymore. Some of them still do. The ones that don't exist are probably got gobbled up by the ones that still do exist. Anyway.
I don't think I have any of the ones that are up there now. I mean, these are all fallen flags pretty much, right?
Okay. Let's see. So the one last thing is, tell us what town is that over there and over here and over here?
Okay, this is East Treadwell. This area here, old school. The little station there is the town of Force.
Okay, that's by the wood mill.
Right, and then you have I think it's North Coast Timber. And then this next little station here is the town of Abbott. And then over in the corner is Johnson Ranch. And then this hill area is Toxic Mountain. And then the city over there is Pine City. then there's a little station off the thing, and that's the town of Star.
All right. So who's the figure? Who's the figure on the top of the Sherwin-Williams building?
Well, that's Batwoman.
Batwoman. Oh, I thought she looked familiar.
Or Bat or Catwoman, I'm not sure, right? But it was just there for the fun of it.
She's up there, folks, making sure nobody steals any paint.
And the most famous occupant of Pine City is Stormy Daniels, where she has her studio.
Well, there you go, folks.
Yeah. You can edit that out.
We're gonna. No, I won't say that. We have to be non-political here, ladies and gentlemen. This is really great. We are very fortunate and appreciative of the fact that Ron allows us in here to do this, and we hope that you enjoy what you see. We got a camera running on one of the trains, and we're going to have footage just like you're in the train running around the layout, like we usually do for our other stuff. That's it for now. Ron's got bigger things in his day, so we got a ski-daddle.
Well, I definitely want to thank you for my $500 retainer. Yeah.
And, you know, there's always more horizons. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that, onward and upward. Next up, Shingle Springs. All aboard!
Santa Fe Extra 5021 East. This is dispatcher in Pine City. You are authorized to operate eastbound to Treadwell. Over.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is the sound of a steam locomotive blowing off steam. And we're here with Dan Vargas, a half of the Vargas brothers, and he's the electronic guru part of it, right?
Well, I do my best, but if you want to put that hat on me, I'll take it as a compliment. Thank you.
Everybody does their best.
Yeah.
So I understand that you guys weren't originally involved in this layout, but you did get involved. How did that come about?
Yes, the best way briefly to put the story together is Ron was an excellent craftsman before I met him. He built all these beautiful buildings, so we'd call him a real estate developer and commercial property developer in miniature. So he built this whole incredible town, and then he had to make the way of this, this building so we could develop it and put everything in its proper setting. And what I would say that was really intriguing is my brother and I built lots of railroads, but he had such a vast collection of beautiful models, a diversity of everything, and putting it all together was like somebody saying, how would your town look if you had all this cool stuff? So we just worked with him, collaborated, went back and forth because it's his mind, not ours. We just do the technical work. So we listen and we just initiate, and go for it. And work as the process is evolving. We work with our clients. It's their dream. All we're doing is making it come to reality. So along the way, we established great friendships. I'd say that's one of the nice things about this business. If you do it right, and you have to have patience, of course, is to just stay the course, stay on a positive note, to have the ultimate goal to get to where we are today. So.